Welcome to the DiveHeart YouTube channel. DiveHeart is a 501c3 nonprofit. We work with people with disabilities and help them imagine the possibilities in their lives through scuba diving and scuba therapy.
Suddenly it's quiet. The only sound is of the bubbles. And every now and then, if you're blessed, you'll hear a dolphin or a whale. The strongest people I've ever met are disabled. And these people live lives and go through difficulties that we can't imagine. We take them down below and people have walked for the first time in 30 years and some of them in their entire life. So it's amazing.
1, 2, 3.
Zero gravity is a lot like the environment on the moon. So once we trim them out and get them neutrally buoyant, they're completely weightless and their breath controls their up and down movement. That's a sweet spot. That's the astronaut moment. Some of the doctors and researchers that have gone on trips have found that there's an extra output of serotonin in the human body. It's 66 feet underwater, that's 3 atmospheres. That helps with pain management, alleviates PTSD symptoms, and we've had people who have had chronic pain who are pain-free for up to 3 weeks when we get them deep enough. That's the key.
For me, what it feels like is a feeling of comfort and relaxation. Because I think in my case, all the pain goes away. Then you just all of a sudden, you feel like everything's fine. It's an equalizing force for the disabled people. When you put them all in the water together, everybody's pretty much equal.
It's a total freedom. I leave my wheelchair up on the boat. I just love it. I have a cardiovascular workout that I can't really get in a wheelchair. It feels like I'm flying.
Christina is my best friend. She has cerebral palsy, so making everything barrier-free and accessible for people has always been really important to me. Seeing the joy in people's faces when they come up after the first dive, after they're seeing something that they never knew was possible, is just out of this world.
You want to go diving? Yeah!
When we take them diving, there's a certain look that I see in their eyes. I know what freedom is about. I am now empowered. I'll get back into that chair, but I know now there's some other things in life that I can do.
And what we believe at DiveHeart is that people with disabilities represent an unrealized human potential. Plus you're building that self-esteem and confidence, and it's very cool. I mean, if you're in a wheelchair and you can scuba dive, you roll into a party and you got something cool to talk about. And that cool factor is no small thing. It creates an identity, and then they start believing in themselves. And that's what it's all about, really, is to have hope.
We're going to start the meeting in a second. Do you see that QR code on the screen? If this is your first Wellness and Disability Equity Alliance meeting, we would love it if you would fill out that one-time questionnaire. A little bit of information about yourself. We're trying to determine where in the county disabled folks live and where the money for services should be distributed, because it's a big county. We love it when you turn your cameras on, because I think it makes for a better engagement. It sure helps with non-verbal body communication, doesn't it? You know, to see people's expressions in their faces. I'm going to call the meeting of the Wellness and Disability Equity Alliance to order today. So great to see everybody. Fun way to kick off the weekend. This is an accessible meeting. Captions are enabled. You'll just have to click to show them. Our American Sign Language interpreter. Now she's big on everybody's screen, but for us, we can go back to the top where it says view. And if you like, you can go to the gallery view. What else do we have? Oh, our land acknowledgement. Is there anybody who would like to give this a shot to read it out loud? We encourage people to be adventurous and try new things and risk making mistakes, because we're giving grace to ourselves and to other people. Who wants to read that?
I'll give it a try since I'm the new one, I guess.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Miguel.
All right. Land acknowledgement. Riverside University Health System. Behavioral health acknowledges the traditional, ancestral, and contemporary homelands of the indigenous peoples of Southern California, whose land it occupies. The Cahuilla, Cupeño, Luiseño, Serrano, Chemehuevi peoples and their ancestors have been here since time immemorial, caring for the land with great integrity. The first peoples honored the earth, animal and plant beings, the water, and all peoples that lived here. We acknowledge this reciprocal relationship and intend to continue and extend the values of caring and emotional wellness to all Indigenous peoples, Native Americans, and residents of Riverside County. RUHS BH creates relationships built on trust and accountability with its community members. With this land acknowledgement, Riverside University Health System Behavioral Health commits to be respectful to and mindful to tribal sovereignty, culture, and beliefs of the Indigenous peoples of this land.
Yay! Thank you so much for that. I always like it to see when somebody's brave and steps up. And his first meeting, no less, everybody. What I do want to mention is that the Healing Circle Indigenous Youth and Family Gathering is coming up August 16th. So that is next month, but they want people to sign up. But I checked with them, and you don't have to be Native American. They also welcome allies to be there also. It's a Happier Life Project is putting this on. So mark that date, August 16th. And you know what? I think we can jump right into our icebreaker question. Well, your name and which organization you're from, or if you're a member, stakeholder. What aspect of your personality adds the most value to the world? Maybe another way of saying that would be, what is the gift that you give to the world? And I think this is a good exercise because we tend to not deeply explore our own strength. And anybody who wants to come off mic to share their gift to the world? Honesty. Oh, Pete, that is great. You know what's great about honesty is that people can rely on you. Transparency. Yeah, we're getting a lot of stuff in the chat. You know what? Because when you're transparent, it's like being honest. Then you don't have to remember your stories. Andrea, why didn't you go ahead?
Okay. I think that one of my best things of my personality is and has been my persistence. Not only has it made my life for me and my neuro challenges and made it so I've succeeded where I am now, but it's also helped our clients. If I need to help them find something, like I don't let go of it. I'm like a dog with a bone, and I'm gonna find you housing, even if it's Sunday night at midnight. I'm gonna find you a place to go. Like I'm just my personality.
And Andrea, who are you with?
I am actually with Nami San Jacinto.
Nice.
I think Brenda's been here before. But she said, you'd like this, go to this. And I met Dakota at our wonderful cultural event that we did. And I just fell in love. And I just have been missing the meetings. And I'm just like, yay, I finally got there.
We are so glad you're here. Alondra says she's an empath. We do need empaths. Kindness. Sarah, I think that's going to be mine too. Kindness is so important to me. Rachel's also with kindness. Treat others as how I want to be treated. And we've got honesty, empathy. Oh, Janice, humor and insight. And let's see, Trin. Oh, yeah. Trin is unconditional love and joy. Thank you, Trin. Thank you for sharing that. And you, Janice. Empathy. Okay. Claudia, caring, helping people with service. Yeah, Claudia, would love it if you could get your mic to work. Do you know how to check your sound settings? Oops, I just lost her. Is you on audio right next to the microphone? There's a little arrow, and you click that at the bottom. Yeah, it's the bottom audio settings, and then you can check your microphone there. And we have Paula. Oh, Paula's here today. Thank you for coming. Okay, resilience. Yeah, Claudia, you know it. Integrity, thinker. We need thinkers. Do no harm, help when possible. Thank you, Greg. Let's go ahead and call on Joseph from the Hemet Beat has one to share.
So I would say spirituality and prayers. Those are my greatest assets.
Something bigger than yourself, right? It's hard to, because we're so little sometimes. Gregory Lee is here. Oh, we've got a lot of guests here today who have questions to ask you. We're going to be taking voting on some concepts. If there's nobody else, feel free to continue to put it into the chat. Your best gift to the world. And I'll introduce myself real quick. Dakota Brown, identify as disabled, hearing disability. I'm in recovery from my mental illness symptoms and have chronic illness. And I use she, her, they. So what you have to share with all of us is important. Want to make sure that we keep this space inclusive. So we do have our community agreements for safety. You know, when you feel safe, you can be more open. So we take space, make space, no judgment. We're here in the land of cultural competence. So we are accepting of all people. Take care of your needs. If you need to leave, if you need confidentiality, just let me know. We can work around that. And if you have an accommodation, this meeting is recorded and I edit it myself for to air on our YouTube channel. If there's anything that you're not comfortable with it being in the recording, let me know. I will make sure it gets taken out. A disruption plan that we'll just communicate on email on whether we should reconvene or call it a day. And we don't have artificial intelligence here at the meeting as we are live and connecting in person. And this is a living document. If you have any additions to this, let's talk. Any changes? Approval of minutes. This is for June. Look at your name and see if it's spelled right, if it's on there. If you were there and it's not showing, please let me know. Are there any changes to the minutes? All right. If not, then can we get a motion for the minutes to be approved?
I approve the minutes.
And can we get a second, please?
I second it.
Who is that?
Andrea. Am I allowed to if I knew?
Of course you are. I just, for the minutes for next month, I just have to know who it was. That's all. Of course you are. You know, if you're here, you're a member. Is what I liked it. Oh, it's like the Olive Garden. If you're here, you're family. Okay. So let's move on to, a super quick meditation. I'm just inviting you to spend a moment and just to feel where your body is in space. Okay. And have you been breathing today? I tend to hold my breath when I don't even realize I'm doing it. Maybe you're clenching your jaw. I just really invite you to be here present for us, be here now. Maybe close some of those windows that you're not using on your computer and feel your spine. Is it upright? Are you hunched over? How are your feet touching the floor? And just breathe in through your nose and out through your nose for 3 breaths. And let's make them kind of longer breaths. So in breath 1 and out breath 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Count of 5 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold it for a second. Hold. Really want to get those oxygen cells and release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's all I wanted to get for you. I have a brief presentation about Phase 1 of the Behavioral Health Services Act. As you know, we have some big changes coming down the pike in mental health, and they want to get your input.
Okay, Google, stop.
Oh, so me talking to their Google.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was muted.
No worries. This whole thing is going to start officially next year. We're just now starting the fiscal year, July 1, 25-26. That's 2025-2026. So Phase 1 dropped, and you have until midnight to comment on it. They're looking for public feedback, and it's best to know a bit about it first so you can share your informed opinion. A lot of stuff is not set in stone yet. They are still designing programs. So if you want to have a hand in shaping policy, maybe you want to see your community's customs and traditions included in behavioral health support. If you want behavioral health services that are accessible, that provide opportunity and belonging, please take today to help the state learn about you and your people, maybe your people's family. Ding! So it used to be the MHSA. We're moving into the brand new BHSA. The new allocation chart looks like this. We get from every millionaire in California, I believe we get $1, 1% of their income. And it does come to a lot. So of that money, 35% of it goes to FSP. That stands for Full Service Partnership. Those are for the more severe cases of mental health challenges. Behavioral health service and supports, that's probably going to be under us. Cultural comp, I think, will be under here. Innovation will be under here, 35%. And then housing. This is new. I don't know that we had any or much money for housing with the MHSA. This was all, I don't know if you remember, Prop 1 that passed last year. Andrea, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. Because you said that we'd be under behavioral service and supports and housing, and that was Prop 1. And I know things are changing again. And I wondered if our wellness village is going to be in pieces of all of it, or does it land under one piece?
Misty might have to answer that. I'm thinking it's under service and supports.
This is Misty speaking. It's going to depend on what services are being delivered to each individual person, what they will fall under, right? So a lot of the services to be delivered are Medi-Cal billable. So that is where payment will come from for a lot of the services and supports. It's only services and supports that are not able to be billed by Medi-Cal and or any other funding source that will fit in this bucket here.
Yeah, and remember, our bean counters are going through it, trying to get things sorted out from this because they rushed this bill through and they weren't quite ready. So it's just, have you heard that phrase, building a plane while you're flying it? That's kind of what it feels like in a way. All right. Thank you, Andrea, for that question. We are so looking forward to wellness villages. Couple of definitions, population-based. When you see that means they're focusing on the social determinants of health. That's the stuff in your environment. Do you have transportation? Do you have clean water and clean air? Population level behavioral health measures. Basically, these have been set up by the state of California, who is getting 10% of the money, not 5% like they used to. So I think they're a lot more involved. And it just means that our county plan has to align with the state plan. And intervention, in case you didn't know, is just any action or strategy taken to improve or prevent mental health issues. So, you go to your peer gives you resources, that's an intervention. They just like to use big words for everything. California Department of Public Health, when you see us talk about the CDPH, CDHS, California Department of Healthcare Services, and they're carrying the brunt of the prevention and early intervention. Managed care plan is a fancy way of saying IEHP or Molina. Phase 1 is going to use that population level behavioral health measures to address these broad determinants of health. They're not really going to be focused on the individual at the state level. They are going to focus on social, economic, and environmental factors that factor into somebody's wellness. I noticed 5 key things going through the plan. There is a desire to find people with the highest needs, the most ill, unsheltered, vulnerable, most at risk. Substance use disorder is included in behavioral health now. The Mental Health Services Act, MHSA, did not fund substance use treatment. And then housing. This is the big notice, is that housing is health. It's an essential component of behavioral health treatment, recovery, and stability. That's why we see more funding for it. Early life, and this makes a lot of sense, prioritizing early life investments in kids, youth, and young adults. And finally, there's a lot more accountability of the counties to the state. We've got to write some serious reports to tell them what we're doing and how it's working. So they have determined some priority populations. Homeless is one. Justice involved in or at risk of being in the justice system for kids at risk or in the juvenile system. Re-entering the community from a state prison or county jail. People who are at risk of conservatorship or for children of going into the foster system or in the child welfare system, and people at risk of institutionalization. Now, the PHSA does not define institutionalization. So I did a little research, and we can think of them as places that are supposed to help people who are at risk of homelessness or severe mental health challenges or physical health challenges or incarceration. But the thing about institutionalization is it can have drawbacks like restrictions on personal liberty, some hard rules, codes of conduct, even sometimes unpaid labor and abuses. So they do want to minimize that. They are not trying to get rid of institutionalization because it is appropriate in some cases, when somebody has to get into urgent care for their behavioral health challenges. So they do want to provide housing that's the least restrictive. And then if the person, has struggles with that, then it can become little by little more restrictive. They have not forgotten about the cultural groups. I'm so glad about this. BHSA does emphasize looking at people's identities and data through a cultural health equity lens as we reduce health disparities. So our programs have to include culturally responsive and linguistically appropriate interventions. These interventions must be able to reach underserved cultural populations, such as people with disabilities, because sometimes we have just specific barriers that are specific just to us. A little more definition here, but we'll get through this. Okay, evidence-based practice. You probably heard of that. These are documented practices. There have been controlled trials and they're peer-reviewed. EPBs. They also require that you are true to the intervention when you do it. You can't be deviating. But the other one that we're more excited about is community-defined evidence practices. This is new. These are approaches to addressing community needs that are developed and embraced by the community itself. These practices have a history within the community. The people feel like these practices are theirs. They recognize the healing properties of these customs. So culturally defined evidence practices reflect the people's unique needs and values. There may not be evidence provided, but they are culturally grounded and deeply rooted in the community's worldview, historical context, and traditions. And some of these practices may have shown some evidence-based practice documentation, but not necessarily. So I just want to give you some examples of things that might be considered CDEP, culturally defined evidence practices. So I'm thinking of traditional healing practices, social customs, dance, prayer, worship, choir singing, sauna, cleansing rituals, social activities, meditation, labyrinth walking, herbal remedies, life coaching, sister circles, storytelling, puppetry, drumming ceremonies, peer support, hunting rituals, dietary practices, spiritual beliefs, and culturally relevant outreach and engagement strategies. I know that's a wild out there list, but it's very exciting, isn't it? Because a lot of groups locally work on a level that state and national mental health and wellness has not really been addressing. County PEI, I'm sad to say, it's going away. State's taken that over. So, yeah, prevention is going to the California Department of Public Health, early intervention going to, and by the way, this prevention, that includes suicide prevention, early intervention going to the Department of Healthcare Services. And stakeholder engagement has been stepped up. I'm excited for this, but also fearful because they are asking for a lot. At minimum, each of these types of stakeholders must be engaged in community boards, advisory boards, focus groups, and are you ready for this list? So adults, older adults, families, youth, providers of mental health services, public safety partners, county juvenile justice agencies, school personnel, childhood organizations for early childhood, local public health jurisdictions. Oh my God, it's just a lot. Unions, veterans, hospitals, health insurance, disability insurers, tribal people, Indian health programs, areas on aging, regional centers, independent living centers. And there's a few more there, but I'm saying these are required. These are not suggested. So there's going to be a lot of attempts to really engage the community and people who are not even familiar with behavioral health. In fact, that's ideal. Let's get them involved.
Now, counties have to demonstrate a partnership with constituents and stakeholders as part of the community planning processes. So here's some examples of meaningful partnerships.
Listening sessions, audio or video conference calls, client advisory meetings, consumer and family group meetings, town halls, media announcements, targeted outreach. We'll talk about that in a bit. Public hearings, focus groups, surveys, and other strategies that demonstrate meaningful partnerships with stakeholders. And the third thing that's really different, we have to report back to the state with focuses on outcomes, transparencies, accountability, and equity. So counties have to complete a county integrated plan for services and outcomes, and it'll include information on all local behavioral health funding and services. We have to publish an annual county behavioral health outcome, transparency, and accountability report. So it's explaining to the public exactly where the money is going. California has established 14 statewide behavioral health goals, and the first column is the 7 things they want to improve. Second column, the things they would like to reduce. And in order to do that, they want us to create and increase access to substance use disorder service, housing interventions, evidence-based and community-defined practices, yay, and building the behavioral health workforce, which I also give a big yay to. Yeah, right? We need a workforce that looks like us. ACE, right? And there's a framework here. Okay, so what I like here, people with disabilities, is right here. But you know what else too? We overlap with every one of these other priority populations. So because we can have disabled queer youth, we can have people out in Mecca who need support, who have disabilities, people in immigrants or refugee populations. I'm going to give you the information to go online and give your comments. Submit once again by 11:59 tonight. I know it's a lot to ask, but we couldn't meet last month, so I couldn't have a longer window for you. You know, you can take a look at the guide, but I did try to give you the highlights. So if you want to defend services that work for you, or let the state know that your community really benefits from certain specific interventions, if you want to see things that are customized to our county, you can email them, or you can go on to a MS sheet that they have online and just fill out the form. Some other ideas. Maybe you want to express your concerns about being a caregiver. Maybe you'd like to see pet and art therapy expanded. Remember with that storytelling and puppet shows? What non-traditional wellness tools do they use? They don't have to be specific to disability, but maybe your own identities that you carry. So share the concerns. Maybe you're concerned about the current political climate. I know a lot of people are. So fill out the form. This is what it looks like, and there's just a couple fields you can fill out. So the email address is bhsainfo@cdph.ca.gov. And that's a wrap. So I can see the chat now. Thank you so much. Missy's got all that information in the chat. And then, oh, yeah, I want to play a video for you. So, don't worry, it's only like 40 seconds long. I will tell you that you've heard me talk about PASIE. That's the Philippine American School. Thought I had a video here. Here we go. I just want to show you this coffee table book. This is celebrating 45 years in the priesthood for Father Ben. Father Ben's been a big supporter of the Wellness and Disability Equity Alliance. Father Ben is one of the powers behind the Philippine American Immersion School. When you open the book, there's a picture of him and Pope Francis, and then Pope Francis's blessing on Ben and his book, and then all these letters from people and organizations congratulating him. And look at this.
The Wellness and Disability Equity Alliance letter was published. This is a book that will live on my coffee table.
So I just wanted to share that with you. And we're all ready to our trivia question. It's National 7-Eleven Free Slurpee Day. And what I have for you is a do-it-yourself magic slushy maker cup. And you squeeze it and you can make your own slushy. I'm going to send it to you if you can answer today's trivia question. So you can type it into the chat, which I have open, or you can just come off screen and tell me what the answer is. Andrew, I see you're ready to go. I know Andrew wants to win this. Your question is, what year did the Slurpee make its debut? The choices are 1966, 1977, 1959, 1950. No, Claudia, it's not 1977. 1966, Jenny, you got it. Woo! Yes, it was 1966 at that. I didn't realize they were that old. Isn't that something? New business. Before we get to what I'm really excited about from regarding a disabled person's ball that we're going to have, I do want to, since it is the beginning of the fiscal year, I wanted to have a little bit of a discussion about our goals and our mission and our values. The first thing I want to ask is, we have Agency Spotlight. We bring speakers here. Who would you like to come speak about their group and maybe to share more about their organization? Ideas, desires, topics you'd like to hear more about? You can come off mic or you can put it in the chat. Oh, I'm glad you liked the video. Thank you so much, Joseph. Where are our gaps in knowledge? What do we need to know more about? I think for me, I need to know a little more about intellectual and developmental disability. While you're doing that, I'm going to plug my computer in. I want the diverse. You want to learn more about, the divers. My brain went right to diversity. What do you think? So the divers, we are definitely going to arrange for the divers to come. Okay. Put that on here. Thank you, Joseph. Anybody else? How about your group? Would your group like to come and speak? We can arrange it. And Miguel.
Yes, I was just trying to figure out where my organization would fall into line here. I'm new to the meeting. I'm replacing Frank Peffley with the Braille Institute today, and I was just asked to come and join this to kind of figure out what it is that this is about, so that I know whether it's something we could do with our organization to have some kind of collaboration. Now, I am hearing a lot of mental health and things like this. And a lot of things that happen when a lot of our clients lose their vision is they get very depressed. They feel like life is over for them. So that part aligns. Whereas we do provide some services for that, where we have our own social workers and peer support groups for them. However, more community-based things, which I have not heard anything about visual impairment, but maybe that's just because that's not the focus, right? But I'm just trying to see where the connection can be made.
Thank you so much, Miguel. That's such a great comment. If you would put your email in the chat, you can do it just to me. I would like to bring you on board and send you some information about our group. But what I will tell you is I saw a woman speak. I think she's a pastor. Earlier this week, Misty, you know what I'm talking about? And she brought up a lot about disability and grieving. And absolutely. And it looks different, right? If you're born as opposed to acquiring it later. And we do have some absolutely low and no vision part of our group here. So I'm so glad you're here today, Miguel.
I want to comment to Paul. I'm so excited, or Pete, that I'm so excited he's there. I am one of those people. I have visual impairment. I'm blind in one eye. My keratoconus is getting worse, and I'm feeling more and more disabled right now. Because I'm 58 years old. I'm the same age as the Slurpee. But And I've been looking, I got help from the Department of Rehab with my visual impairment, but I'm looking for help for like assistance with my computer and my captions and whatever, and I didn't know where to go. I mean, I knew about the Louis Braille Institute because I used to go to LACC, but I'd love to see our local awareness round or something. Like, I don't know where to go locally, and I'm disabled and don't drive, so it's not like I can hop in the car and go to Louis Braille in LA.
Thank you so much. Andrea, are you in Riverside?
I'm in Hemet.
Hemet, okay. I want to get some resources to you. We do work with blindness support services, and they, in fact, are vetting our website right now. This group voted to pay them to make the job employment opportunity website accessible to low and no vision. So that's in process. Very exciting stuff. So, and then of course the Braille Institute also. So maybe Andrea and Miguel should connect. I use Atkinson Hyperlegible in a lot of my documents, which is a Braille Institute. You guys created it, I think, right, Miguel? It's a typeface that is good. Intellectual debate. Okay, so Greg says I do not know what intellectual disability is based on asking at an IHP meeting. Sometimes that's how we find out where the gaps are. Dee Dee, we love helping the blind through music. Dee Dee, tell me who you are.
Hi, okay, I'm Dee Dee. Can you guys hear me?
Hi, we can.
Hi, I
Welcome.
was invited through Andrea. She's my best friend, and she works for me along with a lot of the mentally ill and homeless clients who need placements. I thank God for her being in my life. And what we do here is that we have a studio that we take kids or people with disabilities and we record them live, especially if they're going through mental health issues. Right now, we're working along with the Blind Institute with helping them, through music to understand the blindness and a person that's first time facing blindness. So that's what we do. And we would love to partner up with you guys so we can offer some of our events and some programs we have to offer.
What you're talking about, music for disabled or blind, it seems to me that might be a community defined evidence practice. Let's get that feedback to the state so they know how to bring these
Yes,
things.
and you're right about that. That's exactly what it is. And it's something new that we're offering, which means that they actually go into the studio, record whatever beat, whatever they're interested in, going through their mental state. If they want to rap, maybe talk, dance, anything, we want to help to bring them out that depression and what it is that they're going through the studio.
That is incredible. Thank you so much. I'm excited to learn more about that. And Joseph.
Yes, I have a question for that program. Do you have anything that we can see, any success stories, website, YouTube, anywhere we can see your work?
Anybody wants to check me out, you can go on my Facebook, Rhythm and Hope Music Therapy. I'll send you one of my contact information and we can talk more about it.
Wonderful. Great question, Joseph. Thank you. Dee Dee, I'm so glad you're here. Let's see. We've got a resource, IE Lighthouse for the Blind. Oh, I want to tell you about 2 mentorship opportunities. As you know, I send out the Abilities Dispatch newsletter. If you are interested in desktop publishing, in writing, in being an editor, why don't you join me and be one of the reporters and help me do that? The Abilities Dispatch, you would just collect some information on what's going on, organize it into a newsletter, and send it out. Just contact me if you'd like to be mentored. Also, I do edit these meeting videos down. So I have a video editing software if you're interested in that. I would love to have you help me edit videos, and we can do that together on Zoom or in person together. But I would like to mentor anybody who's interested in audio, visual, and marketing with print. If you can, as you think about this over the days, what we can do to outreach better, to do more targeted, effective outreach. I've stopped going so much to these big resource fairs. I'll do them occasionally, but for me, with my hearing disability and groups of people, it doesn't work. I can't get the information I need. So for me, to be strategic about the outreach is maybe to go and then go one-on-one and pull somebody aside and get to somewhere quiet. But if you have any ideas about places and people for us to outreach with, I would love to hear back. About the gala. Okay, so I want to introduce to you two people who were kind enough to join us at the meeting. Please welcome to speak on an exciting event coming up in January, Renee Griffin and Lisa I want to Phonexia, but it's not. Lisa
Valeria.
Yes, Valeria. Thank you. Don't worry. I did that once to my ex-husband. I was like, oh, I want you to meet what's his face? So and we can see right up your nose, so that's wonderful. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
Too much information. We're in a bathroom. Our apologies, but it shows our dedication to this wonderful event. The second gala that we're doing together, the Nixia Foundation, Building Bridges for Special Needs. And I'm going to let Lisa tell you all about it.
Okay, so we are putting on a gala for our community, and it is going to be the second, as Renee has stated. We will have a total of 300 people who will be able to join us, and it was just such a success in 2024. We're making it accessible to our population, and it being a total inclusive event for 300 people in total. And we're going to roll out the red carpet. We're going to have entertainment, and we're going to have transportation. We're going to let everybody get dolled up with, hair and makeup. And we're also going to have it so that it's going to feel like a real gala in the sense that somebody can come and they'll win prizes, and we're getting tons of donations from the community.
Dad,
okay. All right. And you may hear a toilet flush because I heard somebody just walk in the bathroom. So we're right in time for you guys to vote. So
are there any questions about this event? I attended with Will Rogers, and it was really neat. It was a chance for people to get dolled up and go out, and maybe they haven't had a chance to do that before. Maybe they didn't go to a high school with a prom, or it was music, it was live dancing, it was awesome food. There was the photo thing that had cameras all around you, and it would swing around and take a little short video of you, and it was just great fun. So I have the sponsorship levels up here, and so they're asking for sponsorship. We did sponsor the last one. Don't remember for how much. If we sponsor at a diamond level, we get all these things. I don't know if this is going to be big enough for you to read it.
For the spin around the music thing you're talking about, this is Dee Dee. I have one of those, so I'm able to bring one of those out. That's enclosed with the boot.
Oh my goodness.
Dee Dee, what? I know
Yeah.
I've met you, Dee Dee. We're going to talk. We'll get you up. But Dakota, can you get me her contact information?
I'll make sure I get that too, Renee and
Thank you,
Lisa.
guys.
no, that's
Thank
great. Wonderful.
Okay, so Misty says we sponsored it for $2,500 last year. The Wade logo will be on the website for a year. So that's all. With the $2,500, we get the logo, we get the verbal acknowledgement, the preferred tickets, and social media recognition. For $1,000, we get one ticket. And for $500, we get a ticket and the social recognition. So those are the levels, and I have a poll.
Let us just say that this is not exclusive to our people here in Coachella Valley. This is open to, I'd love to have people from Riverside, area. We had some last year come in from Riverside and join us as well.
Great. So it's a 2-question poll. Shall Wade sponsor? So part 2, if yes, which sponsorship amount would you recommend the Wade Alliance buy? We don't do anything without your approval. We don't spend money without your input. So that's why we're doing this poll. Will's vote, I'll make a note here. He wanted to sponsor $2,500. How about 10 more seconds for the 2026 Gala sponsorship? Great, and Tom is in there too. I'll share the results and I'll see them in real time, just like you do. Yes. Oh, we got 100% on yes And the most popular one was the $2,500 platinum. Lovely.
Wonderful.
Actually, a couple of $5,000 votes in there. So
Wow.
some we can
Thank
still
you.
consider. But yeah, okay. Congratulations, guys. We will get that going forward. And how many, what we might do is have a drawing for who gets to attend. Because we'll have 2 people could attend. So that might be a fun way to do it. Thank you so much for coming to the meeting, and thank you for the work you do with building bridges and the Phonexia Foundation. You guys are
We
awesome.
appreciate you and all you do, Dakota, and everybody at the table here. I follow you guys. You guys all do an awesome job. We'll be in touch with Dee Dee. We're going to dive away, not to be rude. We got to get back to our kids. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys.
Have a wonderful weekend.
You as well.
Bye.
You as well. Yay. UCPIE, United Cerebral Palsy Inland Empire, also serves people with any kind of developmental disability, muscular dystrophy, and autism, and Tourette's, and even stutter. So UCPIO has been around for 40 years. Woohoo! And they're having this big party at the Iceplex out here in the desert. It's going to be in the August 5th. It's going to be probably 125 outside. And we're going to be shivering at the Berger Foundation Iceplex. That's the official training of the Firebirds. The Coachella Valley Firebirds is our, what do you call it, our farm team for hockey. So this is just to tell you about it. There is a QR code there. Misty has put in the chat the link if you want to sign up for it. It's free. And you just let them know if you need ice skates or not. And August 5th. So that's going to be fun. If you want to get out to the heat and then enjoy the ice, you should join us. You will see this flyer also on our shared Google Drive if you want to find out more. There's a talent show this Sunday. It's the Shine On Stage, All Abilities Welcome talent show in San Jacinto. It's open to all abilities. They have wheelchair accessible venue. Really nice that they would do this. DJ booth. I think they have drawings and stuff too. Oh, this is very exciting. The Ability Fair put on by La Sierra School. And I believe Gregory Lee is here with us today to talk about this. Gregory, the floor is yours.
First of all, thank you for inviting me. I'm with the La Sierra Disabilities Committee. We are a part of the La Sierra Seventh-day Adventist Church. We are holding a disability fair next Sunday on July 20th. I know it says from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., but it's really 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Free admission. We have speakers, vendors, food trucks, networking. Come and join us. It's at La Sierra University Business School, located at 4500 Riverwalk Parkway in Riverside. I'll put a flyer in the chat if you're interested. Registration will be listed on it.
And Gregory, we do have the link to sign up in the chat. Once again, free. It's always nice to get some, a head count though of how many people are coming. So that's
It's
a week.
very nice.
Yeah, it's a week from Sunday, and I'll be doing a breakout room on ableism and a nuanced understanding of disability culture. And I recommend it highly. Very excited and looking forward to it. Gregory, thank you so much for joining us to talk about that.
Anytime.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. You rock. Oh, I just heard about this week. The Active Blind Inland Valley California Council of the Blind, along with Linguistic Communication Development Center and Helping Hands for the Blind, is doing a celebration of a significant milestone. Oh, yes, the 35th anniversary of the ADA. You guys, it's coming up on the 26th. The ADA is 35 years old. Hard to remember there was a time when we couldn't get on buses. We weren't allowed to be seen in public. We couldn't earn money like non-disabled people. So they're having at the Civil Rights Institute Diversity Center in Riverside a big celebration anniversary of the Americans with Disabilities Act. Yeah, the ADA has transformed so many lives. If you want to get information on that, I think it might be on Eventbrite. We'll get that link into the chat. Before we go to the roundtable, I do want to let you know that August, most of the county meetings go dark. I guess people are out of town for summer vacation and such. Want to know if you would like to meet in August? The first Friday falls on August 1st. So I'm going to launch this poll. Would you like to skip it like everybody else, the rest of the county is? And that's fine with me. Or would you like to hold it? So August meeting, I've just launched the poll. And if for some reason the poll doesn't launch, feel free to put your answer in the chat. Most county committees meetings go dark in August. Should the Wade Alliance skip the August meeting for summer vacation, or should we meet virtually on Zoom August 1st? So skip it. It's too hot to think is the first answer, or click the second answer. Let's hold the meeting in August. We still have lots of business to conduct. Plus, the Wade meetings are the highlight of my Friday. Is that true for you? All right. So let's just, and I'm going to share the results. Okay. So we are meeting on Zoom August 1st. And I will make a note of that. I will make sure we have our American Sign Language person there. Make sure that you get an invite. And now let's open up the roundtable. What does your organization have going on that you would like us to? Just Sosa? Is that how you say your name?
It's Jenny Souza, with the Department of Child Support Services. On August 9th, we have a backpack giveaway. So it's going to be here in our Riverside office in Iowa. I went ahead and included the flyer just to let you guys know we have a haircut group that's going to be cutting hair for all the children. Last year they did a fantastic job. We had children with disabilities, and they were like the highlight of our day because the haircut people did so amazing. They were like, the kids were super happy that they got their haircuts, and they were like walking around showing everyone that they got a brand new haircut. And then, like I said, we have the backpack giveaway. We're going to be having vision and dental at our office. There's going to be prices, snacks, along with a lot of resources. So, and then if anyone knows anyone in the Mecca area, we also have a virtual event that we're going to be doing because everything that's going on in Mecca, unfortunately, they're facing a lot of challenges, and we weren't able to hold their event in person. So we're holding a virtual resource fair. I'll go ahead and include the flyer on there as well. So if you guys want to attend, Dakota, I got your information for that flyer for that event. I'm going to send you an email though, because I do need your flyer. And like I said, if anyone else is interested too in sharing their information, if you have any services that you provide in Coachella Valley, including Mecca, Thermal, and the High Desert, you guys can send me an email as well. I'll send my contact information on the chat. But Dakota, I do need your flyer, English and Spanish, please.
Oh, so are you talking about the flyer for this group, how we meet first Friday? Well, I don't think we have a Spanish version. I can't believe, you know what, I'm just learning. And so let me get moving on that and get a Spanish version.
Problem. Thank you. I did get your YouTube link, so that helps too.
Great, thank you. Yeah, get that in the chat. So July 24th. One thing I want to say for people who are on the west side, you may not think about it, but Mecca and Thermal, a very high immigrant population there that, as you can see in the news, are really having some challenges, and it can be scary to go in for mental health services, like an institution, and worry about if you're going to be safe there. There are some, I'm going to go ahead and say there are some atrocities happening right under our nose. And these folks, I think a little extra support is warranted. Joseph's got his hand up.
Okay, so I've become a lot more efficient with turning flyers into events and things like that. So they're all over the Him It Beat platforms, from TikTok to Instagram now to Facebook. emails, text messages. We're putting it everywhere now. And I just wanted to make sure that people knew that the services for the Hemet Beat are without charge. If you need any support, especially within this group, please reach out. We want to help you make reels, videos, commercials, all those wonderful things so that we can spread the word about what you have going on. And as always, the Hemet Beat Daily Show airs every morning from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. If you'd like to be a guest live and talk about what you have going on, please reach out to the Hemet Beat.
Yes, Joseph is on his way to the big time. He's going to be probably running a marketing company in LA soon. So while you can take advantages of his free or his low-cost services right now, while he builds his reputation, this would be a great time to get on that. Thank you, Joseph.
I just want to make sure that you understand what a reel is. A reel is a 15 to 90 second video that we can put together with your information, some nice music in the background, a voiceover, some transitions, and then push it out to the entire Inland Empire.
Joseph, that video I played earlier today about our letter being in the book, was that a reel?
That's a reel. Exactly. Whatever, Dakota.
Didn't even know I made one.
Right. That's why I said very impressed. You did a wonderful job.
Oh, thank you. Who else has a community announcement before we break for the day? Rachel. Rachel's hand is up. And then we'll close the meeting after this. Go ahead, Rachel.
Hello, everybody. So for those who don't know who I am a senior parent partner with Parent Support and Training Program. Our goal is just to provide support to parents and caregivers who are raising children with a mental health diagnosis or behavioral emotional challenges. And I just want to announce that we continue to provide free support groups for parents and caregivers. We now have an autism support group that meets in person and online, and we have a variety of in-person and online support groups. So I will forward those flyers, Dakota, if you don't mind to use. You can share with the group. Our support groups are open to the community, and I just wanted to share that here as well. We are also starting a Nurturing Fathers group that will start meeting on July 21st online. It is absolutely free. The group is to provide a supporting environment to fathers, dads, or father figures. So I'll be happy to forward that. Oh, thank you. To Wade, so that way you have access to it. Please share it with your community. Thank you.
Just to confirm, Rachel, this is a Riverside RUHSBH Autism Support Group, mental health.
Yes, it's called Parents Embracing Autism Together.
Thank you so much, Rachel. If you do have events you want to promote, you can go to the shared drive we have, and you can upload the flyer yourself. And we actually put it into the chat. It's just a shared Google Drive. If you have a Google account, you can post your event on there. And if there was an event that we spoke of today that you want to download for yourself, the flyer will be up there also.
If you come late in the meeting, you've missed the stuff that's from before on the chat. You can't get to it, which is a pain in the rear.
Correct.
But I think, Tana, are you looking for a group for yourself? Answer. Okay. NAMI has a peer group that is for adults. It's online. We also have some in person. And anybody interested, I will get you. As I said, my group is on Wednesday nights. It's on Zoom, and it's for anyone who has a mental health disorder of any sort. But if you have other disabilities too, that doesn't stop you. Everybody in my group, we're always talking about everything else that made us have these. Well, didn't make us have them. It often triggers them. Let's put it that way. You know, it often triggers them. So absolutely.
You're a live wire, Andrea. I bet that's a fun group. You facilitate it, right?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Someone doesn't know what NAMI is. It's the National Alliance for Mental. Yeah. I didn't say that. Like so.
No worries. I think most of us do, but yeah, NAMI does it. And we have 3 different NAMIs.
And we have Mount St. Jacinto, Coachella Valley, Western, and then
Temecula.
And Temecula. So we have 4. We are all around, and we are here to help. So give a call, give an email. That's what we do. And if you know anyone who is in that point of their life where they're looking for employment and they might be interested in being a peer support specialist, a peer is a peer when you have a disability. Like my disabilities of being visually impaired and physically impaired has done more to my peer life in my peer connection. And I'm a peer support specialist because of it. We have the class for free. So I will get you that flyer, Dakota, that put in to the, like, I didn't want to put it in as a disability thing, but if somebody wants it, there it is.
We could say it's just disability friendly.
Yeah,
as all meetings should be and all services should be.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you come through me, I will walk you through it.
Nice. We could all use a mentor. If there are no last issues, this meeting is adjourned. And I was waving back at Trin because I saw Trin was